Hello everyone and welcome to College Duniya's channel. Today we have with us Dr. K. Gopinath, who's the principal of SDM College of Engineering and Technology, Dharwad, which is in Northern Karnataka. And he has a lot of insights about his college which he wants to share with us. A lot of interesting things which he has learned through his past experiences, which are really long in this academic world. He's been in the academics since teaching in SDM CET since 1987. So before we begin, welcome to this video, sir. And
thank you, Anshul.
Yeah. And I'll just give a small introduction about Sir before I pass it on over to him. So, just for those who have not heard of Sir before this, Dr. K. Gopinath is basically the principal of SDM College of Engineering and Technology. He has done his bachelor's in engineering BE in mechanical engineering from Karnataka University. Then he's done his master's MTech in heat power engineering from NITK Suratpal. He's done his PhD as well from mechanical engineering in VTU University. And then in 1987, he moved on to become a lecturer in the mechanical department of SDM CET. Later on, he was also a professor, then a PRO, then the Dean of Student Welfare for the longest running time in SDM CET. And then he later on became the vice principal, and currently he's the principal of SDM CET. Even as a child, he was an exceptional achiever. In the SSLC examinations, he stood 11th rank in the Karnataka state, and he was also a sportsman. He played basketball for the state of Karnataka at the junior level. So he's an all-rounder, I can see, and right now under his leadership, SDM CET is doing quite well. So I'll just pass it on to him, sir. Any initial words that you want to begin with?
Thank you, Anshul. Thank you for that short and sweet introduction of me. Om Sri Manjunathaya Namaha. As rightly said by Anshul, I am heading the Sri Dharmasthala Manjunatheshwara College of Engineering and Technology, North Karnataka. In fact, this college was started in the year 1979 by visionary and our president, who is also Dharmadhikari of Sri Kshetra Dharmasthala, Padma Vibhushana, Dr. Virendra Hegdeji, who is also a champion of rural development as well as women empowerment. The college started with 4 basic departments. Now today we have 7 UG departments and 9 PG departments, including MBA. The total strength of our campus is around 3,200 students. I am very happy to inform you that our college has been a beneficiary of TechCube by World Bank, which is a technical education improvement program. And our college, as a logical end of the TechCube beneficiary, we were given autonomous status by UGC, AICT, as well as VTU. And all the UG departments have been accredited by NBA for continuous 4 times. And this time it has been done under Tier 1, which is basically meant only for the colleges which are autonomous. And I am very happy to inform our college has been ranked by NIRF the bandwidth of 200 to 250. I am sure in next year we will be within 150. And our college has a very green campus of 100 acres, and around 1,600 students reside in the campus only, right? We have 5 big hostels, and students come from all parts of India. In fact, it is a mini India, including Jammu and Kashmir, Assam, Tamil Nadu, Bombay, whatnot. You can see all students from each state of Karnataka. And consistently, our college is doing well in placement. Almost 95% of eligible students are placed in various good companies. I will come to that later. And I am very happy to inform our college is a premier institution, rather the best technical imparting education institution in North Karnataka, and we are consistently ranked within 10 in Karnataka state. Anshul, I think with this small introduction, we can continue with further interview. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for this great introduction, sir. I mean, now the students would at least be knowing what they're getting into, what kind of a college STM-CET is. So, on that note, I'll begin with the very first question which I've drafted for this interview, sir. And the question is that I can see that you have held key positions at STM-CET throughout your professional career. So, what are the key factors that keep you connected to the educational sector?
I'm very, very happy to answer this because, Anshul, I come from a family of teachers, right?
Okay.
My father was a professor and emeritus professor of political science, retired as HOD, Mangalore University, and my mother was a school teacher. So, in fact, I have a passion for teaching. So, I have a love towards students because I was Dean Student Welfare for quite a long time. And as I told, I come from a place called as Dharwad, which is educational hub in Karnataka.
So, all right, sir. So that's very interesting, and I can see why you've chosen education as your profession with that kind of background, and it's very, very humble and noble as well. That's very nice, sir. So I'll move on to the next question, which is that being the principal of STM College of Engineering and Technology, what is your philosophy of leadership, and how do you describe your leadership style?
So, Anshul, I believe in decentralization of power, right? I have 5 deans and around 11 HODs, right? I always in my life believed in a teamwork, right? You know, there is a saying in English, right? You cannot spell success without you. You is very important. So basically, as I told, it's a teamwork. It's a very good network. And with this teamwork, I never say whatever the achievements SDM has done so far belongs to Gopinath only. No, it belongs to all teaching and non-teaching stuff. And I'm sure if everybody carry out their responsibilities, the college will definitely be one of the best in the country.
So the next question is, sir, that being the principal of STM-CET, being the principal of STM-CET, how do you strategize about the key programs and the plans for the marketing and administration of your school?
So, as you know, Anshul, there are many stakeholders in any engineering college: students, parents, industries, and including the teaching staff. These are major stakeholders. So, I feel there should be a perfect link between all stakeholders, including students, parents, teachers, and industry. And expectations from students, parents, and industry should be met properly by framing a curriculum which is relevant to their needs. So if we have a very good connection between all these stakeholders, I'm sure we'll achieve our goal. And these are my plans for administration for SDM Engineering School.
Okay. So the education systems in India and other foreign countries are structured in a very different manner, sir. So in your experience, what can an inbound student coming to STM-CET gain from studying here in your college?
I totally agree with you, Anshul. So, you know, we almost follow British system designed 2 centuries ago, right? Our education, unfortunately, right? Being an autonomous college, we have a liberty to frame our own curriculum, and we involve academicians from IIT and NIT. Luckily, I have an IIT in Dharwad, and top industry people to frame our syllabus, or you say curriculum. So we impart human values, right? And relevant technical education to our students so that they become not only a wonderful technicians but also a responsible citizens serving our mother India.
Okay. That's again very interesting, sir. I mean, considering that your college is located in Dharwad, it's a lot of benefits that it's bringing, I can see, to the students. So I'll move on to the next question. How does the curriculum of STM-CET ensure the best practice of industry?
So already I have explained this in earlier question. Again, I will repeat. So when we frame a curriculum, we involve all stakeholders, right? We take feedback from students, we take feedback from parents, right? And we take help from neighboring well-known institutions like IITs and NITs. And of course, we take feedback from employers, right? Who have employed our students. And also, there is something called as a very strong alumni association in SDMC. We take their input also. So we take feedback from everybody to ensure that our curriculum is in line with present industry or IT trends, so that our students become employed.
Okay, sir. So, with that note, I mean, let's say that any insights that you can provide into how your college could be more welcoming to students who are coming from different races or different economic backgrounds?
Very interesting question. Anshul, we do not discriminate among students. All are equal to me, all are equal to our management. Irrespective of caste, creed, or from state from which they come, all students are equal to me. But having said that, we sponsor economically weak students through our management, a very benevolent management we have under the leadership of Padma Vibhushan Dr. Virendra Hegdeji. And there are various scholarship schemes from Government of Karnataka and central government. And luckily, our alumni association also sponsors many economically weak students. And we have a tie-up with NGO called as Vidya Pushak, which gives almost 30 lakhs as a fees to every year to our students. So that's how we welcome our students with economically background areas.
Okay. So I'll move on to a more philosophy kind of a question, sir. I mean, it's not just basic philosophy, it's kind of a strategic philosophy of the college. So what I'm trying to understand here is that what do you think should be the college's top priority over the next 10 years?
Over the next 10 years. Okay, yeah. My top priority is to revive non-IT branches. You know what has happened throughout India. Last year, there are very few takers for non-IT branches, unfortunately, including my own branch, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, and electrical engineering. I don't know why it happened. All students, they want to join only IT branches like computer science, information science, and of course ENC. Even ENC has a setback this year. So, being the top priority revise these branches, I going for a more MOUs with foreign universities and industries, and I want to strengthen our startup units. I have already started startup units in my college. Already around 9 companies are working, of which 5 are of my own students. And I want to train our students to become entrepreneurs also, so that they cannot depend on employers, they can start their own industries. And I am looking or concentrating more on quality placement. That is my strategy for coming 5 years.
Okay, all right, sir. So, when you first came to SDMCET, what was your vision for this college? And has it evolved over time? And how far along are you in implementing this vision?
So I joined SDMCET almost 34 years back in 1987. So I was a young teacher. In fact, looking at my personal thinking those days, I never had any vision. In fact, I wanted to join a job, but over the years, and of course, our management had a vision and mission for our college, and I'm very happy to see the growth of our college. And I'm very happy to say that over the years, right, I think we have achieved most of our vision and mission for the college. That's how we're attracting more people, and always my admissions are always more than 95%, and my students are serving globally everywhere, right, in a very good position.
Okay. So, fine, sir. I'll move on to my next question that I saw that a lot of students actually asked me, which is that what is it that you would like people to know about your college that you think they might not be knowing?
Yeah. No, my bottom line is I want to be different from other engineering colleges. right? As I said, most of the colleges, they concentrate on only technical education, but here, right, along with technical education, right, we impart human values to our students, which is very important, right? Lot of scope for overall development of students is given in the college. We have many advantages for students to continue with their extracurricular activities. I said our college is accredited by NBA. We are going for NAC also, and our college has started with startup. Our college has ITBT center sponsored by Government of Karnataka, and more than anything, our college has a solid support from our benevolent management headed by Dr. Virendra Hegde. And students, I think we have very, very clean and green campus. It's one of the best campuses in Karnataka. Right, we are getting always greenery award from Government of Karnataka, and very good facility for students. Wonderful mess, very hygienic mess in our campus. So a very good environment for students to develop overall development of the students as a good human beings along with a good engineering student.
Okay. So, what are some of the biggest challenges, sir, which you see for both the higher education in general and for STM-CET in particular?
No, as I said, admission to non-IT branches is the biggest challenge for everybody, including IITs. No, I don't know. I think it is passing phase. Again, because mechanical engineering, civil engineering, and electrical, these are all basic pillars of any engineering field, right? So I'm sure it's a matter of time. Again, they will bounce back. Universal trend, has been same everywhere. So we have done better intake for IT admission. And if you look at the scenario of pandemic year last year, when I took charge as principal, almost 75 colleges across Karnataka have closed mechanical engineering branch because there are zero intake. But luckily, I have got 85 intake. So we need to focus on these non-IT branches. We are conducting a conclave of academicians, industries, how best we can revive and attract students back to these non-IT branches.
Okay, so like you very rightly pointed out, sir, almost 75 colleges in Karnataka closed their mechanical engineering branch, and I see it as these colleges are basically losing the essence of engineering, because without these core branches, what other things do you expect from engineering? Without creating a civil engineer, how do you expect to create the entire infrastructure of a country? Without creating a mechanical engineer, how do you expect to have all these machineries around you, from a car to any other machinery which you see? It's not practically possible to sustain any economy without these basic engineering branches. So yeah, it is the loss of the basic essence of engineering, and it's very important to sustain these branches. So very rightly put, sir. So I'll move on to the next question which I have, which is any suggestions that you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students in general?
Yeah, right. My suggestion to youth is join engineering as your passion. No, I see many students joining STM-CET for engineering branches because of the pressure from parents, which is very bad. So if you have a taste and liking and a passion for engineering, then only join engineering. Otherwise, you join whichever field you have a passion. So be sincere to whatever you do. It is very important, right? So that will bring you very good result. Whatever you do sincerely, be truthful to you. That will take you a long way in your life. That's what I want to say to all students. Whether he's an engineer or non-engineer, science or arts, whatever it is. They have to be sincere to themselves, sincere to their duties, whatever they carry. Whether it is teaching, whether it is learning, or whatever it is, anything.
Okay, so follow your passion and be sincere. That's what the essence of what sir is trying to say is, and which is very, very, very appreciated and respectful. That's what you and I have seen in my life. So moving on
Yeah.
to the second last question which I have in this series, sir, it's that what are some
Yeah.
plans that you are currently or you will be in the future designing for STMCET's internal affairs and for the students?
Now engineering has become engineering education has become relevant globally, right? So my plans is to have memorandum of understanding with foreign universities. Already I started 2 years back. You might have heard about Strathclyde University, England. We had a sort of MOU wherein we had a student exchange program last year. So I'm very happy to tell 3 of my students are joining MS for Strathclyde University. And again, there is a university called as Manitoba in Canada. I'm trying to have a MOU which is almost on the verge of finalization, wherein we'll have post-PhD program with them, student exchange program with Manitoba University, and also teaching staff exchange program. I think to be relevant as on today, we should have exchange or education program with other various well-known universities, not only in India, other than India. So that is my priority. And another priority is give as much as scope to startup units. That's what I'm doing already. As you said, already I have 8 startup units. I want to expand it to at least 20 more startups by year end. That are my plans.
Okay, sir. That's again quite visionary, which I see. So I'll move on to the final question in this series, which is that how do you tend to establish a healthy relation with and a healthy environment in your college?
Oh, Anshul, it's very interesting question. No, I treat SDMCET, my college, as a single family. Right? I am a head of the family. No, then you can imagine how my relations are there, even with students as well as teaching staff. Right? My mobile cell will be open 24 hours. Students, when they are right in bad times, they call me even at night 1 o'clock. Even something goes wrong with my staff, they call me at 1:30. I'm the first person to go their home and help them out. So that is my philosophy since my childhood. I love students, I love friendship, I love this society. Because I'm part of the society, I should give back to society. So same philosophy I'm using for my college also. Again, I would like to repeat, our management is also very benevolent. I told about my revered president Virendra Hegdeji, right, who is the Dharmadhikari of Sri Kshetra Dharmasthala. Every day there is Annadana for 45,000 people, pilgrimage who visit Dharmasthala. And he is a champion of rural development as well, women empowerment. And he follows the philosophy of 5 danas, of which Shikshana Dana or Vidya Dana is one of those danas. And sincerely, we continue to go in line with his vision. I think that will give us a lot of scope to be one of the best colleges, not only in country but globally.
Wonderful, sir. I mean, there's a lot of new ideas, innovative things, and a lot of insights about the college. A lot of things which I see why SDMCET is standing where it is right now, being one of the best colleges in the North Karnataka region. And it's very interesting, sir. So I would say that I thank you for all of these insightful and informative things that you told us about STMCET today. And I would also like to thank you for helping the students in general, and also the students who are specifically going to join STMCET this year or maybe in the coming years as well, because all of them are going to learn a lot about your college before they go ahead and apply for admissions this year. And thank you so much for all of these things. And I wish you luck. I wish you...
Anshul, can I interfere for a second? Can I interfere?
Yeah,
Anshul, I am telling you, I'm very happy to tell you, almost 25 to 30% of SDMCET who pass out every year, they join American University. I visited USA twice. We have a very big alumni network in America itself, right? So there's a lot of, wherever I go, I have one alumni association. I need not even spend a single cent from my pocket. They are so lovable students from SDMC. And I thank you for giving me an opportunity to express myself and about my college to those who want to join SDMCT in the coming.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. And I really appreciate all of these things which you've said today, which will help a lot of students. So thank you so much for all of these insights, and I wish you luck and safety, and I wish you all the luck in achieving what all you've said that you'll try to achieve in the next 4 to 5 years. And I also wish that you and your entire family of SDMCT stays safe in these hard times, which are with us right now since the last year. And thanks a lot, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anshul. Thank you.